Now, I interviewed former Ombudsman Conchita Carpio Morales, and she said what she finds inconsistent is, at this point, Malacanang or the president could already order the cancellation of Zaldico's passport. So even the former speaker, Martin Romualdez, could have ordered that, but they didn't. So ang pananaw ni Morales, the former ombudsman, is in effect, they're really protecting Zaldico para hindi umuwi.
Ako, naniniwala ako dyan, Juan. Sa akin naman is, it's more on the impact on former Speaker Romualdez. Sa tingin ko, mismo si Speaker Romualdez ayaw niya umuwi si Zaldico. Kasi otherwise, siya lang talaga makakapag-implicate sa kanya eh. Kung paano yung sistemang ginawa nilang dalawa. Pero hindi ko rin alam, meron pa namang ibang mga congressman din yan na alam din nila yung kanilang sistema eh. Nandyan din yan sila Congressman Garjola, nandyan pa rin sila Congressman Don Gonzales, sila yung mga alam mo yung mga malalapit na may circle yung mga yan eh. Nandyan sila Congressman Dalipe, sino pa yan, si Congressman Jojo Ang, yan, KJ Suarez, marami pang nakakaalam eh. Marami pa alam.
Ang mahirap lang sa ICI, and it's good we're talking about this, even if they mean well, ang mahirap is among the three of them, nobody's ever been a politician, and I don't mean that there should be a politician, but nobody knows the inner workings of Congress. Yun ang mahirap. Because all of those are, right? Hindi nila alam paano ang kalakaran sa Kongreso.
Yes, you're right. Yeah, I think that tama. You hit the nail there, Karen.
So, di ba? Parang like Rogelio Singson, extremely upright, but he's a professional, private sector, and DPWH secretary. So, iba yung expertise niya. The other commissioner is accounting, right? More or less accounting. And the head of the commission is legal. But nobody really knows how insertions are put in. Wala sa kanilang may alam.
Yes, so it's a sharp curve, learning curve sa kanila talaga eh. Pag nag-uusap naman kami, talagang kita mo talaga rin yung kanilang desire to really learn fast. Pero alam mo, napakabilis din nung sitwasyon kasi at ang malaking pressure dito, Karen, is the expectation.
Yeah.
Expectation ng tao na, bakit wala pang nakukulong? Hindi nila kuminsan naiintindihan na may proseso. Nakala mo, pag final mo na sa ombudsman, meron na dapat makulong. O kaya on orders of ICI, dapat makulong na. Yun ang hindi kuminsan naiintindihan eh. Yung isa rin yun sa mga pressure sa ICI.
Oo. Okay. Now, do you believe, if I were to ask you before we go to a quick break, if you were to make a suggestion who the ICI should call, because they've already called the former speaker, and I know they've called Budget Secretary Pangandaman, pero who else should they call? You've mentioned some congressmen. I found that interesting. Yeah. That's true. Because nakalimutan yun, ha? Nakalimutan lahat yung mga taong yun.
So far, so good. Sabi nga nila, hindi kami napapansin eh. Pero dapat sila pansinin na eh. Kasi sila yung nasa inner circle eh. Sila naman nakakaalam eh. Malaking bagay talaga si Congressman Toby as a resource person din. Malaking bagay din yung talagang naipamahagi niya sa amin. Siguro yung mga nabanggit kong tao na yun, pwedeng balikan yung mga yun. Pati yun, si Ponyong Gabonada, isa rin yan, sa may alam yan. Pero syempre, complete denial din yan. Marami pang dapat tawagin na Juan, Karen, na nakakaalam talaga yung mga, kumbaga, mga unwritten laws, unwritten something dyan sa loob ng Kongreso. Kasi ang daming scheme, ang daming permutations dyan eh.
So Mayor Magalong, one of the resource persons that the ICI is calling for is Zaldico, but he is abroad. He was the chair of the Appropriations Committee during the 19th Congress when the 2025 budget was mangled and, as they said, abused. In the absence of Zaldico, who do you believe should they call?
Well, ako siguro kailangan isa sa mga imbitahan nila dyan si Congressman Stella Kimbo. Former Stella Kimbo. Or former congresswoman. No? Isa yan. Alam mo nga, nagulat nga ako na I saw a document na sa DOH, yung MAIP funds, yung medical assistance to indigenous patient. Diba dapat lagi yung equitable distribution. Ano? But surprisingly, meron siyang 300 million na nakuha, na-allocate sa kanya. Ganun sila ka-powerful. Another is, nakikita ko
is that accurate? Mayor, the document that you have, is that accurate? You're saying that former Representative Kimbo got 300 million for ayuda?
Yes, MAIP funds.
Okay.
Nakita ko yun. Siguro subject to validation, pero nakita ko yun eh. Nagulat ako kasi hindi mo pinag-usapan natin dito, dapat equitable eh. Pero hindi equitable yun eh. Another is, siguro isang magandang imbitahan nila dyan si Congressman Eric Yap. Former head of appropriations committee.
Oo.
Prior to Saldico during the time of PRRD.
Tama.
Siguro siya kasi marami siyang alam eh. And I hope na willing siyang to spill out everything eh. How things are being done.
Oo. Okay. All right. And the ICI hasn't gone that far.
At alam mo, ang dami kasi nilang ang dami rin, alam mo, sabi ko nga sa iyo, overwhelmed din sila eh.
Okay.
Pagod, gusto nila makuha talaga yung mga, kailangan nila makuha yung mga top sa DPWH, yung mga top na mga lawmakers talaga na talagang involved talaga. Alam naman namin kung sinong involved eh, kaya lang problema kasi the issue of really establishing the facts and at the same time providing all the necessary evidence to establish a case. Strong case.
Okay. Now, I want to ask you this. There are fears that the ICI will be selective. For example, ang tanong ng ilan, bakit ang Ilocos Norte hindi tinitignan ang mga proyekto doon?
Well, hindi naman ganun, Karen. In fact, isa yan sa mga tinitignan namin ni Sec Pins noon eh. Na ang visit namin sa pagbisita sa mga iba't ibang mga proyekto is pupunta kami sa Norte, punta kami sa South, balik uli kami sa Norte, punta uli kami sa South, punta kami sa Visayas. Yun ang yun ang gagawin naming mga inspection eh. Subject also to the availability of Sec Bin, siyempre kasi busy rin siya.
Oo. Pero hindi kayo umabot ng Ilocos Norte, because I think it would have had an impartial demeanor if the first projects to be investigated were the president's province or district, or let's say Congressman Sandro Marcos, because they need to set the example.
Well, alam mo kasi, Karen, marami rin kaming may mga reports din kasi kami nakikita na pinapadala sa amin na mga projects sa Ilocos Norte. Meron din sa South din, sa Davao area. Meron din.
Oo. So hindi kayo umabot, hindi kayo nakaabot.
Wala na kasi nag-resign na nga ako eh.
Oo. But do you believe that they should investigate those two?
Oo naman. Kailangan talagang wala dapat entitlement eh. Mismo na nga sabi nga ni Presidente na walang sacred cows dito eh. Wala dapat kamag-anak, wala dapat kaibig-kaibigan eh. Kailangan talagang to get to the bottom of all of these anomalies eh. Kaya yun ang pinanghahawakan namin na talagang pwede namin gawin lahat ang dapat nating gawin. Basta alam namin na walang maayos without fear or favor.
Okay. Because without fear or favor, because the perception of some is this only goes as high up as Zaldico. That's it.
Well, insofar as the ICI is concerned, hindi naman ganun eh. Pag nag-uusap kami, hindi ganun eh. Kung sino dapat ang managot, dapat managot eh. At kung sino talaga yung mga high profile na managot, dapat sila talaga ang makukuha eh. Kailangan yun ang yun dapat ang focus eh. Kasi useless lang yan kung dito lang sa baba, walang impact yun. Ang ma-impact is talaga ma-identify kung sino talaga yung involved sa taas pa ni Saldico. Alam naman natin kung sino, pero wala naman si Saldico, sinisigurado si Saldico na huwag kang babalik.
Okay, I think we have a few minutes left, so I want to give this opportunity to talk about this, right? So in Baguio City, kasi sinabi niya sa Senado, pinapalabas pa nila, korap ako ay dyan, mag-aaway na tayo. Itong tennis court na ito, because it's coming out that the Discayas, frankly, have projects all over the Philippines, right? They were so big that they had projects all over the Philippines. So unang-una, yung doon sa Baguio City na tennis court na ginawa ng St. Gerard po ba? St. Timothy?
St. Gerard.
St. Gerard, all right. What was the status? Because I saw the page of Baguio City and it was being reported. May progress report even before the scandal. Naglabas ang Baguio City ng progress report. So,
Yes.
ang tanong ko lang, inimbestigahan niyo ba, substandard ba yun?
Hindi, ang structure hindi substandard. Yung finishing. In fact, ang gumawa pa nga ng finishing nun, Procourt eh. Isa yan sa well-known and strongly recommended by the Tennis Association ng Baguio. So yun ang i-recommenda namin doon sa sa St. Gerard eh, na siyang piliin. And by the way, ang ginawa ng St. Gerard, pinasubcontract yun eh.
Ah,
Pinasubcontract yun eh. Kaya galit na galit nga ako no. Kaya lang, syempre, pag pinasubcontract na, nag-umpisa na, tuloy-tuloy na.
tuloy mo.
Eh,
Yeah.
tuloy na. Kasi otherwise, pag pinahinto mo, nako, madidelay na naman yan. Kaya tinutukan namin mabuti yan, ano?
Oo.
Meron din kami nagkaroon din
And
kami ng...
this was 2022.
Yes, nanalo yan through bidding. No? And alam mo, Karen, ano, nung January, dapat tapos na yan eh. Hindi natapos ng St. Gerard ano, o yung subcontractor. Kaya ang ginawa namin, penalize namin.
Oh.
As early as January, alam mo ba ang liquidated damage nila since January this year? Umaabot na ng 6 point something million pesos.
Okay. Did they pay? Did they pay?
Yes, madali namin makuha yun kasi may utang pa sila sa amin, hindi pa kami binabayaran na 27 million eh.
Oh, wow.
Ang laki pa ng sisingilin nila sa amin eh.
Oh.
Kaya talaga na ayusin talaga nila at hindi namin talaga sila babayaran eh. Alam mo, tinakot ko na nga na kung hindi pa kayo pumunta rito kasi nagalit na ako doon sa subcontractor at naubusan na rin ng pera. Kaya sinabihan ko na kung hindi kayo pupunta rito kay St. Gerard dito, I'm going to terminate you, I'm going to blacklist you. So natakot sila, nagpunta sila rito. Ang problema, inapulan nila dahil nga nakita nilang nagagalit na ako ba hindi pa tapos yan. Inapuran nila even during the rainy season. Pinaspasan nila. Kaya yun talaga yung nangyari. Tuklap kasi nga yung moisture hindi nila inayos pa puti. Natakot pati Procourt. Kaya talagang ito ngayon i-review namin. Today is our meeting with Procourt para explain nila sa amin ano ba yung methodology na ginawa nyo at akala namin magagaling kayo pero bakit ganyan ang nangyari dyan sa tennis court. Pero yung structure talaga. May integrity talaga. There's no doubt. Maganda talaga yung structure. It's the finish.
Yeah. Pero paano to? Sino magtatapos po nun?
Ay, tinatapos nila. St. Gerard na.
Sila pa rin.
Dami nilang tao ngayon. Ang dami nilang tao. At nakiusap sila sa amin na hanggang December aayusin talaga nila. Kaya okay lang. Kasi nagbabayad naman sila ng liquidated damages. 20,000 plus every day.
Oo. Ideally kasi dapat ganyan na ang behavior ng LGU at ng contractor. 'Di ba? Parang binabantayan, tapusin mo pag let's say substandard, imbestigahan, call the contractor, right? Na ayusin mo to, hindi yung pinabayaan like those areas you visited.
Yes, oo. Nabayar. Ghost na bayaran.
Oo.
Nataka nga kami. Paano nabayaran?
Yeah.
3 years lang nabayaran. At isa pang palaisipan namin is, so anong ginawa ng COA?
Yeah. But also the LGU. What about also the involvement? The being proactive of the LGU.
Tama yun, Karen, ano? Dapat yun, initiative ng LGU na alamin.
Alam. Oo. Diba? Okay.
Yeah.
But, sir, just to end, no, I think, given your experience, how would you want, if you were to give, I guess, your last word on essentially what you want to happen, the outcome of all of this, what would it be? Or ang panawagan mo kay Pangulong Marcos Jr.?
Well, siguro isang gusto kong banggitin dito is about truth. lagi nga natin binabanggit yung, di ba, may proverbial saying na the truth will set you free. No? Siguro yan ang, the truth builds trust. Sa umpisa, mabigat yan, masakit, pero we just have simply to deal with it. But what important is, the only way you will be able to build the trust. At napakabait ng ating presidente. Napakabait ng ating presidente. Sometimes siguro kailangan karoon din siya ng kamay na bakal talaga. I saw really the kindness of the president. Kung gaano siya kabait at gaano siya ka-considerate. Pero sometimes, presidente ka, dapat may kamay na bakal. So please don't take any offense, Mr. President, pero I remember your words na you're there to redeem the name of your father. So I hope in the next 3 years or the remaining years, you'll be able to achieve that.
All right, on that note, Baguio City Mayor Benjamin Magalong, thank you, sir, for joining me today.
Thank you very much, Karen.
Thank you.
you.